All right, guys. So, what is the FHA program? Well, the FHA, which stands for Federal Housing Administration, is a mortgage program that is backed by the government and designed to help homeowners who may not be able to qualify for a conventional mortgage, whether it's because they don't have the 20% down that is required with most conventional programs, loan programs. And this has been around since the 1930s. So it's a great tool for investors that have little money to put down on a property in order to purchase it. So if we dive into what the FHA is, we're going to look at the requirements first. What are the requirements and what does it entail? In this case, let's look at the requirements first. All right, so looking at the requirements, one of the key requirements and one of the items that makes this attractive is that the FHA program only requires the borrowers to put down 3.5% on the purchase of the price, as opposed to the 20% down that you typically required for a conventional loan. The FHA program only requires 3.5%. They do require credit score to be 580. That's the minimum. And they do require you to carry a mortgage insurance, what they call the PMI, private mortgage insurance. And typically that's around 2% of the loan amount that you have to pay every month, essentially. And the loan limits on an FHA loan program, I believe, ranges between $356,000 and $970,000, depending on the location and where you are. And they do have a cap, so they only go up to a certain amount. The property requirements are that it has to be, a livable house. It can't be a rehab or a property that's not livable, that has a deferred maintenance or requires a substantial amount of work on it. And they do require you to go through some home buyer education, which is a very simple online tutorial that you just have to go through and read up on and watch the videos. And it's pretty straightforward and simple. So it's a very good option, again, for borrowers to have. They do require you to occupy the property, which means that it has to be your primary residence. You can't use the FHA loan program to purchase an investment property. It has to be a owner-occupied home. Now, what are the ways that you can go around that? Well, for one, the requirement is you have to occupy it for a year. So if you buy a single-family home and you move into it, after a year, you can use it as a rental property, right? So you essentially get the same benefit that you would buying it with a conventional mortgage. Another way to use the FHA loan and investment properties is to buy multifamily properties. So anything 2 to 4 units, which is considered residential from the mortgage company's perspective, you can purchase the duplex, triplex, or fourplex, occupy one unit, and then you can rent out the other units, right? If it's a duplex, you rent out the other units. If it's a triplex or fourplex, you rent out the other 2 or 3 units and make money doing so, right? You can either offset your bills or have enough to have a positive cash flow. And that's the benefit of the FHA mortgage program, guys, right? They do require you to have, some income requirements, and also, but it's much easier to qualify with an FHA versus a conventional loan. And one of the key benefits being, again, is just the 3.5% down payment that is required with an FHA. Another thing to keep in mind, once you've had an FHA program under your name, you can't get another FHA program until if you've either sold that house and gotten that loan either refinanced or you sold a house, right? That loan is no longer under your name. So you can't have multiple FHA loans under your name at a time. That is one of the requirements that they do have. But aside from that, again, it's a great program to have. Any investor should look into this and use this as part of their options when getting a mortgage and purchasing a property. All right, guys. So with that being said, I hope that covers the questions you have around the FHA loan program. I'm going to do another video talking about the NACA loan program as well, which is another valuable tool for investors that don't have a lot of money to put down on a property in order to purchase it. So don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below, and I'll continue to make these valuable videos so that you guys can get educated by real estate. Again, thanks again for watching, guys. Until next time, take care.